Within the last hour, the authorities in Los Angeles have been giving more details about their investigation into the deaths of the actor Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa.
The question was he aware that Ms. Hackman had died? It's not uncommon to find someone down on the floor as part of a terminal collapse, so to speak, and that may very well have been what happened to Ms. Hackman.
In a startling twist, Santa Fe police took married couple Daniel and Barbara Lenihan into custody, following a jaw-dropping reveal that left neighbors speechless. Rumors swirled around a hidden storage unit packed with mysterious crates, spurring a frantic investigation into the couple's secret activities. Officials say that the evidence discovered on site was enough to warrant immediate arrests. Close friends describe Daniel and Barbara as quiet homebodies, making this surprise find even more unsettling. Arrests made. The news of Daniel and Barbara Lenihan's recent arrest has taken Santa Fe by storm, capturing everyone's attention. According to officials, the couple were discovered with unsettling items hidden inside a rented storage unit, raising questions about their true intentions and possible connections. Neighbors describe them as polite, but rather private, which only adds to the rumor mill that is now spinning with wild theories. Some say they noticed unusual late-night comings and goings, while others recall overhearing strange conversations drifting from the Lenihans' backyard parties. Police have kept details under wraps, but they did confirm that the items confiscated from the unit pointed to a larger operation. This revelation sparked heated discussions online, with many in the community demanding answers about what really happened behind those closed doors. Moreover, the confiscated boxes are said to contain documents, electronics, and various tools, each potentially linked to a bigger scheme. Santa Fe's investigating team claims they need additional time to piece everything together, urging the public to remain patient but alert. While details remain scarce, the sudden arrest of this once low-profile couple has left plenty of room for speculation. Some have raised alarm, wondering how well they actually know their neighbors, while others are relieved to see law enforcement taking quick action. As the investigation unfolds, rumors continue to spread, fueled by whispers of hidden motives, secret associates, and a plot far more complex than anyone could have imagined. For now, the community waits anxiously for the next round of details, hoping for closure to this unexpected mystery. Mysterious discovery. Santa Fe is buzzing with speculation after news broke of a bizarre find that shook the community. Tucked away in a seemingly harmless storage unit, the items discovered by authorities have sparked countless rumors and theories. Some residents claim the locked crates contained unusual devices, while others whisper about hidden paperwork, hinting at secret plots. Whichever version you hear, nobody saw this coming. People who strolled by the area without a second thought are now on edge. The attention has turned a quiet corner of the city into a hotbed of activity. News of this mysterious discovery coincided with the arrests of Daniel and Barbara Lenihan, a couple most people knew only from casual wave hellos. While officials remain tight-lipped about the precise contents of the crates, they have confirmed that the evidence is significant enough to suggest a bigger story unfolding behind the scenes. Online chatter is ablaze with speculation, from secret experiments to hidden treasure, though officials caution that the truth may be far more ordinary or even more shocking than anyone imagines. In the meantime, locals can't help but trade theories at grocery stores and coffee shops, exchanging remarks about possible links to past unsolved incidents. Santa Fe police, meanwhile, have stepped up their presence in the area, ensuring that onlookers keep their distance from the now infamous storage unit. Though some details may never come to light, the idea of something so unsettling concealed in plain sight has made everyone think twice about what else could be hidden around them. For now, the mystery remains unsolved. Investigation sparked. It all started when Santa Fe authorities stumbled upon a curious storage unit rented by the Lenihan couple, setting off a wave of questions within the community. In the aftermath, detectives found themselves piecing together clues from the scene to figure out how Daniel and Barbara managed to keep their secrets hidden for so long. Neighbors quickly chimed in, recounting the occasional hint of odd behavior, but no one imagined it would lead to a full-blown investigation. Over time, small leads began to merge into a bigger picture, suggesting that the items discovered inside the crates weren't just random belongings. Observers noticed the sudden increase in law enforcement visits and the hush-hush conversations unfolding on their doorsteps. As the investigation moved forward, rumors and whispers raced through local coffee shops and social media pages alike. Curiosity grew with every new detail, no matter how small, leaving people eager to connect the dots themselves. Some believed the Lenihans were part of a hidden plan, while others thought the clues pointed to something far simpler. Yet, experts hinted that there could be more beneath the surface, urging everyone to remain patient. The slow drip of details has kept even the most casual onlookers on the edge of their seats, wondering what might come next. Whether this case unravels into a high-stakes tale or proves to be an everyday law enforcement matter, it has already changed the way residents look at their seemingly quiet city. Community shocked. Santa Fe is a place where people usually feel safe, so the sudden arrests of Daniel and Barbara Lenihan came as a huge surprise to everyone. Neighbors who once saw them planting flowers in their yard are now questioning their own judgment. The calm atmosphere was shattered the moment police cars lined the street, and the Lenihans were led away in handcuffs. Folks started to whisper about what could be hidden in that mysterious storage unit. Some guessed it held illegal items, while others wondered if it was tied to a bigger plot. The idea that such secrets could lurk just around the corner changed how people saw their once peaceful town. Parents began checking in on their children more often, while older residents locked their doors earlier than before. Those who never thought twice about their neighbors are now taking a closer look at the happenings in their area. Friends and relatives of the Lenihans have come forward with photos and stories, trying to paint a clearer picture of who Daniel and Barbara are. Many recall them as kind and welcoming, ready to lend a hand when needed. However, the new knowledge of a hidden storage unit packed with suspicious materials has thrown doubt on everything they once believed. Speculation runs wild, with some suspecting a deep-rooted plan, and others chalking it up to plain bad judgment. Evidence seized. When Santa Fe police first stepped into that hidden storage unit, they had no idea just how many unusual items they would uncover. According to early reports, the space was filled with sealed boxes, neatly arranged in rows, holding everything from dusty journals to high-tech gadgets. The scene took a dark turn when officers realized many of the items appeared to be linked to questionable activities. Photo albums held pictures of locations that no one recognized, and the electronics looked modified in ways that puzzled even the most experienced investigators. As word spread about the haul, curious residents speculated on what the Lenihans might have been planning. Some thought the seized evidence could be stolen property, while others believed it was part of a larger scheme involving multiple individuals. Either way, the police's swift action in securing these items suggested they regarded the contents as crucial for building their case. Now, experts and detectives are hard at work analyzing each scrap of data, hoping to close every gap in their timeline. Local chatter has reached a fever pitch, with people trading theories and rumors at coffee shops and online forums. Some insist that the evidence paints a clear picture of a hidden life, revealing secrets nobody suspected. Others remain skeptical, suggesting the couple might have simply been collectors of bizarre curios. For officials, the real story will only come into focus once they've combed through every artifact. Possible charges. As the Santa Fe police continue to dig deeper into the items seized from Daniel and Barbara Lenihan, the possibility of serious charges looms large. Among the boxes discovered in their hidden storage unit, investigators encountered suspicious documents, odd-looking devices, and rumored evidence pointing to potential financial wrongdoing. Some local experts believe the pair could face counts of conspiracy or even fraud, especially if the items tie them to an organized ring. Others suspect they might face numerous state or federal offenses involving illicit materials, given how sophisticated some of the gear appeared. While no one has confirmed the exact nature of these charges, officials have stressed that the magnitude of the evidence suggests the Lenihans were deeply involved in something bigger than initially presumed. With talk of forgery, theft, and illegal possession swirling around, the community is both stunned and eager for answers. Friends who used to host barbecues with the couple now question every memory. It's tough to imagine the laid-back duo committing such serious crimes, but rumors of widespread involvement only fuel the speculation. Some think a large network could be linked to the items found, while others believe Daniel and Barbara acted on their own. Whatever the truth, local attorneys forecast significant legal fallout if investigators confirm the rumored charges. No prior record. It's surprising for many in Santa Fe to learn that Daniel and Barbara Lenihan, now at the center of a major investigation, had no prior record. Police files came up empty when officials looked for any past offenses by the couple. Neighbors, who once knew them as friendly faces, are battling a strange mix of relief and confusion. Relief, because it suggests they weren't prone to wrongdoing in their early years. Confusion, because it raises the question of how such quiet people ended up in this situation. The absence of a criminal history means law enforcement can't rely on previous patterns or known partners to piece the puzzle together. As a result, detectives must start from scratch, examining every aspect of the couple's life to find possible motives and links. Many are asking if the Lenihans were simply very good at hiding their tracks, or if this episode marks their first step into illegal activity. Close friends and relatives recall typical holiday gatherings, friendly chats about gardening, and the occasional weekend getaway. Nothing hinted at troubling plans or hidden agendas. The lack of past offenses only deepens the mystery surrounding their case. Could they be victims themselves, pulled into someone else's plan? Or did they deliberately keep a clean record until the right moment? Local analysts warn that having no prior record doesn't rule out serious charges. Instead, the evidence found could point to an even larger scheme. For now, detectives keep digging, trying to figure out how two ordinary people with clean backgrounds wound up in the middle of such a high-profile case. All eyes remain fixed on the next phase of this unfolding story. Ongoing investigation. The ongoing investigation into Daniel and Barbara Lenihan's case continues to attract a wave of curiosity from Santa Fe residents. It all began when local authorities discovered a locked storage unit, prompting immediate arrests that left onlookers speechless. People in the neighborhood are now trying to piece together how this otherwise shy couple ended up under such intense scrutiny. Rumors about what was found in the confiscated crates still linger, shaping wild theories. Police have been tight-lipped about any leads arising from these items, though speculation runs rampant that they point to a broader plot. The department's forensics team is still sorting through every scrap of data, hoping to uncover a bigger story beneath the surface. Many believe that the Lenihans might have hidden connections or outside help, while others think the entire case could simply be a tragic misunderstanding. In either scenario, tensions remain high. Local media outlets have aired countless theories on their morning shows, turning the Lenihans' names into household buzzwords. Interview segments with curious neighbors and friends have revealed a patchwork of conflicting accounts. Some recall normal, everyday interactions that showed no sign of trouble, while others mention odd behavior late at night. Meanwhile, the alleged evidence seized from the storage unit hints at further plans that could implicate more people than initially suspected. Media frenzy. The media frenzy surrounding Daniel and Barbara Lenihan's case has reached a fever pitch across Santa Fe. News vans line the streets as reporters clamor for fresh details, setting up cameras outside the courthouse and busying themselves with live broadcasts at all hours. Neighbors, once unaccustomed to seeing such commotion, now find bright lights and microphones in their front yards. Press conferences from local police add fuel to the fire, stoking speculation about everything from hidden conspiracies to secret hoards discovered in the mysterious storage unit. Rumors swirl that the Lenihans might face even more serious charges than initially disclosed, with theories ranging from money laundering to technology-related crimes. Each time a new rumor emerges, media anchors run sensational headlines, striving to be the first source of breaking news. Reporters hound acquaintances of the couple, dissecting every morsel of gossip for potential leads. Curious onlookers gather behind yellow tape, snapping cell phone photos of arriving squad cars. Meanwhile, social media feeds flood with shared articles, amateur commentary, and eye-catching memes, turning the situation into a digital spectacle. Everyone wants a piece of the story, fueling heightened anticipation. Producers from national networks have also jumped in, dispatching correspondents who canvass the area, hoping to capture exclusive images or interviews. With tensions high, local businesses are torn between capitalizing on the extra foot traffic and protecting their patrons' need for peace. For many, the sheer number of cameras and microphones feels invasive, casting an uncomfortable spotlight on everyday routines. Yet, the biggest question still lingers. What exactly do officials have on the Lenihans that justifies such coverage? As law enforcement gathers more data, the frenzy shows no signs of slowing, ensuring that every update adds fresh fuel to the fire, stirring excitement. More updates expected. Santa Fe remains on high alert, with everyone from local residents to out-of-town reporters awaiting the next round of information in the ongoing case involving Daniel and Barbara Lenihan. The items seized in the mysterious storage unit have led police to hint there could be more behind this story than first thought. Meanwhile, neighbors say they've noticed continued patrols around the area, as if law enforcement is bracing for unexpected developments. Officials, while still keeping most details secret, confirmed that the items themselves might lead to wider connections, prompting them to look beyond the immediate evidence. This has fueled endless online chatter, with people comparing notes and trading theories everywhere from social media to coffee shops. Some wonder if additional arrests may be on the horizon, as investigators analyze the clues collected from the seized crates and documents. Others are convinced the couple acted alone, suggesting the discovery might be a self-contained chapter rather than part of a grander plan. Despite the uncertainty, reporters remain vigilant, snapping photos of any police movement near the couple's home or around the now famous storage facility. Local talk radio shows continue to discuss possible legal repercussions, debating questions such as whether Daniel and Barbara could face federal charges, or if the entire affair might end up being far less sensational than many think. On the 21st of February, 2001, a dark shadow fell over California as the news of young and beautiful Ashley Ellerin's murder spread across the media. Ashley, a 22-year-old fashion design student, had her bright future stolen in a brutal act of violence. The pain and heartbreak of her loss were unbearable, leaving friends and family devastated. Ashley had just stepped out of the shower when she was viciously attacked. She was stabbed 47 times in a merciless assault, a level of brutality that shocked even seasoned investigators. The sheer savagery of the crime left everyone wondering, what could have provoked such unimaginable rage? Amid the tears and unanswered questions, the most critical one remained. Who did this? Described by those who knew her as the life of the party, Ashley was a vibrant and outgoing young woman. Her warm personality earned her many friends, and her loved ones couldn't fathom why anyone would want to harm her. Adding to the mystery, there were no signs of forced entry into her apartment. Who could have committed such a horrifying act, and how had they managed to gain access? For years, the case remained a haunting mystery, but in 2008, a shocking development in an unrelated case would finally shed light on Ashley's murder. On July 6th of that year, a man named Michael Gargiulo was arrested for the attempted murder of his next-door neighbor. She had narrowly survived by fighting him off, and investigators soon uncovered a disturbing pattern. Gargiulo had previously lived near two other women who had been killed in similarly gruesome ways.
A notorious serial killer already convicted in California appearing in a Cook County courtroom today.
Michael Gargiulo extradited to face charges for a brutal 1993 murder in Glenview.
As authorities delved deeper into his background, they discovered a chilling connection to Ashley. Witnesses revealed that Gargiulo had interacted with Ashley in the period leading up to her death. He had reportedly been trying to pursue her romantically, but Ashley wasn't interested. This revelation changed everything. With mounting evidence, Gargiulo was charged with Ashley's murder. In 2021, after years of legal battles, he was convicted and sentenced to death. Many believed that justice had finally been served and Ashley's loved ones could begin to find some closure. But just when the case seemed settled, new evidence emerged that has raised more questions than answers. This time, attention has shifted to an unexpected person, Ashton Kutcher. Yes, the beloved Hollywood star and heartthrob is now at the center of speculation surrounding Ashley Ellerin's murder. But how does he fit into this tragic story? To understand his connection, we need to rewind the clock to the year 2000. Ashley and Ashton first met at a friend's birthday party in Los Angeles. At the time, Ashton was in a relationship, so he introduced Ashley to one of his friends instead. When those relationships ended, Ashley and Ashton decided to explore a connection themselves. Tragically, Ashley's life was cut short before their budding relationship could go anywhere. On the night of her murder, Ashton was supposed to pick her up for a date, but the events of the night following this plan is one that have been shrouded in great mystery. To make matters worse, new evidence has prompted investigators to revisit Ashton Kutcher's role in Ashley's life and her death. Fame and crime rarely mix well, but this could be Ashton Kutcher's reality as the shocking details of Ashley Ellerin's murder resurface. Was his involvement more significant than anyone initially thought? At this point, it's important to remember how complex high-profile cases like this can become. When someone as prominent as Ashton Kutcher is involved, it's easy for the lines between fact and speculation to blur. Yet the focus remains on finding out the full truth of what happened to Ashley Ellerin and whether there's more to Ashton's connection to her than previously believed. As investigators revisit old evidence and follow new leads, the case that once seemed resolved is now unraveling in ways no one could have anticipated. Could there be more players involved in Ashley's murder? Or is this a case of misplaced suspicion aimed at a public figure? You're about to be shocked to your bones by the details. An inquiry into the truth. On the night of her gruesome murder, Ashley Ellerin had been preparing for a date. Intriguingly, this wasn't something to ignore, as it points to none other than the award-winning actor Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher acquired legions of loyal fans with his portrayal of the dim-witted Kelso in the popular television series.
It was an established fact that the time of Ashley's murder coincided with her involvement in a newly blossoming relationship with the famous actor, so it wasn't strange that the pair were communicating on the day of her murder. But the matter is far from being that simple. On the night of Ashley's murder, she and Ashton had agreed that Ashton would come to pick her up for their date. Even more intriguing, Ashton has been reported as the last person Ashley spoke to over the phone before her death. There was no denying that the pair were fated to meet and be together on the night of the murder. But instead of meeting for a lovely romantic night out, what lay ahead was a tragedy that no one could have predicted. Ashley was brutally murdered in her home that same night, with no one around to help her. This left her to be in a bad position within the mystery of her death. It became a clear fact that Ashton was entangled in the narrative of Ashley's murder. But the question of what went down on the night of their planned date remains a mystery. A lingering discomfort couldn't be denied. Ashton had been at the crime scene on that fateful night, and this left a mixed and unpleasant feeling in everyone who heard the story. Speaking to the press about the situation, Ashton himself admitted to his role in the whole scenario. According to him, he was freaking out because he knew his fingerprints would be found on the doorknob of Ashley's house from that night. What really happened between Ashton and Ashley on the night of the murder? Did Ashton's presence at the crime scene mean he had something to do with her death? These questions haunted those following the case, and the mystery only grew as details unfolded. Amid the rising tensions surrounding Ashley's murder, Ashton eventually broke his silence. He confirmed that he had called Ashley shortly before her murder at 8:24 p.m. That phone call was meant to inform her that he would be late for their date. According to him, Ashley had been completely fine with it, mentioning that she had just taken a shower and still needed to dry her hair. Ashton explained that he arrived in front of Ashley's home at 10:45 p.m. He found the lights on, but the door was locked. He knocked, but no one answered, which made him think that Ashley had left with her friends after getting tired of waiting. Before leaving, however, Ashton said he had taken a peek through the window. He claimed to have seen what looked like red wine spilled on the carpet, but didn't think too much of it. He left, assuming everything was fine. Ashley's body, however, was discovered by her roommate the next morning, hours after her gruesome murder. Ashton's account left many uneasy. While his willingness to cooperate with the police helped him avoid being labeled as a suspect, it didn't stop people from questioning the role he might have played. At the time, no evidence pointed to Ashton as the murderer, but the awkward circumstances surrounding his testimony couldn't be ignored. Naturally, doubts arose. One glaring issue was Ashton's claim that he mistook blood for red wine. For many, this detail felt off. How could someone with years of life experience confuse such a crucial detail? Was it simply a careless oversight? Or was there more to the story? Even if Ashton's account was genuine, his lack of attentiveness to the scene and his decision to leave without further inquiry left lingering questions. Could his actions have delayed the discovery of Ashley's murder? As this question lingers, more shocking recent revelations have arisen to make things worse. Ashton's murder accusations. In a shocking turn of events, Ashton Kutcher is now battling accusations of being involved in the murder of Ashley Ellerin. These claims have surfaced thanks to new evidence that has recently emerged, and the root of these allegations is nothing short of mind-boggling. The person spearheading these accusations is none other than Michael Gargiulo's attorney, Daniel Nardoni. Nardoni has brought attention to a detail that many believe was overlooked for years, and his case is backed by a testimony that has sent chills down everyone's spine. Ellerin's former apartment manager, an aspiring actor, has come forward with claims that have stunned the public. According to his testimony, he had been in an intimate relationship with Ellerin while she was alive. Even more shocking, he revealed that on the night of her murder, he was present in her apartment when she spoke to Ashton Kutcher over the phone. The apartment manager claims that the conversation between Ellerin and Kutcher was far from friendly. He suggested there was an argument between the two, one that hinted at serious tension. If this testimony holds any truth, it could completely contradict Ashton's account of that night. The implications are unsettling, as it raises questions about whether Ashton's version of events was a lie. But the apartment manager isn't the only one adding to the mounting suspicions. A neighbor also came forward with a chilling detail. The neighbor claims to have heard Ashley screaming not once but twice at around 8:30 p.m. on the night she was killed. This timeline is crucial, as it was just minutes after Ashton reportedly started his phone call with Ashley. If the screams were truly from her interaction with Ashton, it could suggest that their conversation wasn't as innocent as he had portrayed. Naturally, these new revelations have sparked countless questions. Could the screams have been a result of a heated argument between Ashley and Ashton? Was there more to their relationship than what the public knew? And if so, how does this fit into the larger narrative of the case? While these details are undeniably intriguing, they remain speculative. There is no concrete evidence linking Ashton to any wrongdoing, and his testimony remains consistent with the official timeline provided to investigators. Still, the significance of these claims cannot be ignored. They have reignited discussions about the case, forcing everyone to re-examine what they thought they knew about that fateful night. But you need to know that the testimony of the apartment manager and the neighbor, while unsettling, is not definitive proof of Ashton's involvement. The truth about what happened between Ashton and Ashley that night remains shrouded in mystery. It's a story filled with unanswered questions, and as much as these new revelations might seem compelling, they leave us with more speculation than clarity. For now, the resurfaced accusations and fresh testimonies have cast a new light on a case that has haunted many for years. But whether these details bring us closer to the truth or push it further away is something only time will tell. Until then, the mystery of Ashley Ellerin's tragic death continues to linger.
Instead of helping, we're taking photographs of her dying on the back seat, and then those photographs made their way back to news desks in this country.
Princess Diana, the people's princess, stepped into the royal spotlight with her marriage to Prince Charles.
Ostensibly no, but given the fact that the Princess of Wales believes that Prince Charles's friendship with another woman, Camilla Parker Bowles, has cast a long shadow over that marriage, must be considered when you look at the failure of this 11-year union.
Despite her doubts about the hasty proposal, she saw it as a way to escape her troubled family. But the royal life was anything but a fairy tale. Her marriage to Charles brought to light many secrets, and she faced unkind treatment from the royal family. Distraught by infidelity and cruelty, Diana sought revenge, only to tragically die in a car crash in 1997. Now, decades later, her son is revealing secrets about Charles.